Last time in Renascence, you guys had just finished settling the score with Barnaby's long sought after quarry, the chimera that killed his father. You had tracked it to its lair on the edge of the Feywilds in a dingy cavern on a mountainside, and found that in that cavern there was a marking you had seen before, a marking that you saw on the chimera's chains, the arch and three skulls denoting the breaker of gates. There was a passage inscribed on the wall inside that archway, which, with the help of Gerald and the Gatewatch, you were able to decode. And after some conjecture, found the answer to the question posed by this passage, asking for the name of this breaker of gates. A name this figure shared with Barnaby's finger, Avalon. And in response to that name, you saw the wall transform into a mirror or window that granted you, who were strong of will and could keep your mind, a glimpse at an infinitude of possibilities, of potential outcomes in your lives, past, present, and future. Some of you deigned to look, others opted not to, and curiosity sated, you guys made your way home. Before heading back to the Emerald Coast, you did stop by the Otis farmstead so that Barnaby could pay his respects to his father one last time. And then the party split up. Half of you used Noel's new spell to teleport to a teleportation circle in the basement of the Green Keep back in Freeport, crossing the Halan Sea in an instant. Two of you, Barnaby and Burberry, opted to take the Waylight in order to help out your friend Shondorsha and his Darkling clan, getting them out of this dingy swamp and back into the Feywild, where they would fend for themselves as best they could. Now, we know that thanks to a fortunate roll of the dice, Barnaby and Burry will be emerging from the Waylight 3 days later in the forest copse about 25 miles outside of Woodhall on the opposite side of Freeport Bay. So about 3 days after the rest of the party gets to Freeport, you guys will be back on the Emerald Coast. So you guys are well before the arraignment. You made it with time to spare. We're just going to have to cover the 3 days that the party has, Noel, Lauren, and John, while you are in Freeport without Barnaby Burberry, and then we'll cover the party's total plans after that. And your time is basically your own. I mean, there's no pressing quests as far as I'm aware. No hard objectives that you guys are working towards. So that remains to be established. We'll be starting on the 20th, and it is about 2 a.m. when you guys appear, emerging out of the teleportation circle on the 20th. Are there any questions before we get into it?
I'm good. I have a small one, which is just, since I know we're not meeting with Alexi immediately, and we sort of ended by saying we were going to head back to the Presidium. Do we still see the red light in the sky? Or in the distance as we walk?
Yes. Stepping out into the street and looking out over the water, you would indeed see the red light shining from far beyond the horizon up into the sky.
Any noticeable difference in intensity?
I would say, with your passive perceptions in this little group, yeah, you would both notice, Noel and Lauren, that the red light actually seems to be somewhat dimmer than it was when you departed Freeport over a week ago.
Okay.
Oh. I have something I'd like to do before I probably tried to take a nap.
Okay.
I'd like to scry on La Chirag.
Alrighty. So, you will need a focus in order to perform this act, worth 1,000 gold pieces, such as a crystal ball, silver mirror, or a font of holy water.
A bauble full of water?
A font of holy water, like a big shallow basin. Think like the mirror of Galadriel.
Got it. Since we're in the Presidium, can I kind of like just poke around?
All right, so back at the Presidium, you want to start looking around, see if you can find one.
I'll repay them the 1,000 gold.
For what it's worth, it's not consumed by the spell. This is just you just need something of that value on hand to cast the spell.
Got it. I feel like the Presidium might have something like that. Is anybody awake actually when we get there?
Yeah, when you guys get there, knocking at the gate, there's definitely not an answer. But that's not really an issue for this group, considering your incredible feats of shapeshifting at this point. Getting over the wall is not going to be hard for you. And getting inside, crossing the yard and into the actual keep itself, you do eventually hear footsteps kind of in the stairwell as you step inside. And you see Gideon kind of around the corner at the top of the stairs. And just kind of sigh with some relief as he realizes who he's looking at. It's like, oh, good to see you made it back.
You're happy to see me, Gideon?
I am relieved you were not someone less trustworthy.
Oh.
You tripped the wards when you crossed the wall.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
We did knock.
Forgive us, it is late.
Understand.
How was the excursion?
Successful.
Mm-hmm.
What did you find of this Keeper of Names?
A trippy experience.
Yes, I don't know if you want to talk about it all right now, but we found a crazy stone archway that turned into a mirror, and when you touched it, you could see, like, alternate realities, and we found out that their name is Avalon, and that I tried to cast Sending to them, and it was like I was talking to a million people at once. It was a lot.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah,
we should definitely talk more about this in the morning then.
Yes.
I have a very random inquiry. Do you have a place where I might be able to scry?
We've learned some new tricks.
He pauses for a moment and then just nods, says, I suppose it couldn't hurt. If you'll follow me, please.
Sweet.
So he will lead you up to his chambers. And Noel, you've been here before. You see the familiar study, and do note the cylindrical canister under a sheet still rests on his desk.
Still got it.
I'm just kidding. I don't say that.
And Gideon will cross the room and retrieve a large dish, which he very carefully brings over to you and sets down on the desk in front of you. And you can see that it is filled with this very clean, clear, shimmering water.
Holy water. If I touch it, does it make it unholy? Or will it burn me?
Can Burberry make holy water?
Yeah, you can make holy water.
Cool. Well, then I will cast scrying on La Shirag. Yay.
Are there no preparations or safeguards you need to take first?
I don't think so.
Guess we're about to find out.
So,
I have my amulet of non-detection on.
the target has to make a wisdom save based on how well you know the target and the physical connection you have to them. So, you, I would say, have... Oh, buddy, why do you have to sit in front of the screen? I would say that you have... first-hand knowledge of La Shirag. You have encountered him in person, although it was not terribly up close. Oh, buddy. Tenzin. So he will have a plus, or the save will have a +0 on it. Do you have a possession or garment or body part of his?
I have blood of Varys.
That is not La Shirag.
Yeah, so no.
Okay, so no, nothing to connect you to him. So this is going to be a flat wisdom save on his part.
Okay.
And I need to pull up his stat block.
Who is she the saving DC in this case?
He is making a save against her saving DC. So
Gotcha.
I think my save DC's kind of high. Oh, it's a 16, not that high.
16.
Yeah.
Okay. So focusing your energy on La Shirag, you begin to channel this spell, holding your hands out over the font, and you can see ripples like tremors beginning to sort of spread across the water, and the sort of sparkling shimmers in the torchlight around you begin to sort of spin over the surface of the water, swirling, struggling to take shape. But unfortunately...
Yeah, I know. It's okay. We can
Yeah.
keep going. I kind of figured.
The ripples continue without any concrete images coalescing, and you sense that your spell was resisted.
That's it.
It was worth a shot. Out of curiosity, did it for Lauren? Did it feel like her? Presumably, there's a different sensation when it's like a necklace of non-detection versus just he fought it. Like it just like couldn't find purchase, or you found something and it got kicked back.
I would say... I would say the spell clearly started. You were able to target him. I think, considering you bought and distributed a number of these amulets, you know that they prevent you from being targeted by detection magic or perceived through them. So it does not feel as though he was completely non-viable. It just feels like the spell couldn't take hold of him.
Okay.
We could go to the prison and look through Blackbeard's and Varys's stuff and see if they might have something of Washerog's.
Sounds like a good thing to do tomorrow. Or today, I guess.
Yeah.
Was there anything else I could help you with? Or
I'll let you go to sleep. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
We'll duck out as quickly as possible.
I was gonna say, as Lauren exits, Noel's gonna kind of try to follow and just, before she gets out of sight, say, Lauren, can I talk for a sec?
Yeah.
It's nothing terribly important. I just wanted to know, are you doing okay these days? You seemed kind of stressed, and understandably, but I just wanted to check in.
Doing okay.
Are you sure? Because we've got a lot of crazy shit we have to deal with all the time, feels like. And I know that if I was going through a lot of the stuff that you've been through, I probably wouldn't be doing okay. But I know you're a stronger person than I am.
I don't know about that. Booze helps a lot.
It can. Sometimes it can make things worse, though.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but I want you to know that we do care a lot about you, and we want to make sure that you're all right.
Thank you. I'm all right, I suppose. I just have a lot on my mind. I have some theories I'm curious about. Oh.
You care to share one of them?
Well, I thought it was interesting whenever, like, I did the... What's it called? The mirror thingy that showed the future and how I wanted to go get, like, more information about the beast, but then I, like, ended up just joining them.
Mm-hmm.
So, part of me is curious of just actually how much control the creature has over everybody.
Huh.
Like, how much they're actually in control of the situation.
Right. Huh, I guess I had never thought of it that way.
Yeah. Because, like, I had wanted to go there just for, like, information purposes, and then, like, I see myself in every scenario becoming, like, one of them. And I'm just like, but that was never my intention.
Right.
So, I have some questions about that. I'm kind of curious if there's a way to, like, snap someone out of that sort of thing.
I know that there's very powerful cleric magics that can break curses and hypnosis and things like that, so maybe Burberry would know more.
Yeah. But we have a guinea pig in a prison. We could...
That's true.
Try it out on.
You alright, Gideon?
Don't mind me. This cold, dry winter air is really doing a number on my...
We're next to the ocean, it's not dry.
You know what I mean.
This air is just... Okay.
But yeah, I also don't know if I should go talk to like Gerald or not, because I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what's going on with Adlar. I don't know what's going on anymore, man.
That's why I asked. As far as the Gerald thing, he really seems like he's pretty okay with whatever decision you end up making. He doesn't seem like the kind of person that would be upset about stuff like that.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, I think you and Adlar are very cute together.
Yes.
Panic face.
No
suppose.
panic. It's a
I
good thing.
suppose so. Panic.
But of course, do whatever you feel is right.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I just don't know how I feel about getting into, like, a relationship, so, like, it actually involves, like, more than other stuff.
Well, that's the nice thing is you don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, like I said, we've been through a lot, so if you don't have all the answers right now, that's okay. It's not like you're on a clock with this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just seeing how it goes at this point.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna turn in, but as always, please let us know if you're ever feeling down.
Okay. I will, thank you.
Alright. Good night, Lauren.
Good night.
Go to bed.
Lauren is gonna go try to find a place to drink.
They are readily available in Freeport,
Wonderful.
although you are here after the most bars are starting to close. So I think you're probably looking for a while before you find some like early morning like elvish taverns in Little Sarashore that are like, primarily elf only, since they open at like fucking 4 in the morning. It's like, yeah, we're awake before everyone else. We've got some quiet time to ourselves as a people. And then the door opens and Lauren's like, I need a drink. And they're like, please come in.
Of course.
It's definitely a much quieter, much more sedate environment than the taverns that you are used to. This is very much like a morning constitutional sort of environment where everyone's quietly taking breakfast and coffee and a few maybe like Bloody Marys or whatever.
Yeah, this is a Lauren just tapping on her drink, tapping her foot, like, I can't expend energy here. Uh-oh. Trying to be quiet. Nah, fuck that. She gonna start talking to people.
Sure. I think there's probably, some younger elves in the crowd that you probably are able to kind of like track down and maybe introduce yourself to. And they're definitely more, outgoing and accommodating than maybe some of the older, like middle-aged elves who are just kind of like, I'm just here for my crossword puzzle. To myself before the rest of the city wakes up. And it's still a fairly quiet, environment. Like they're not like super out there partying. This is first thing in the morning for them, but it's sociable and pleasant.
Fair enough. I can't wait to give Adlar a hard time. Be like, your people are boring.
He's like, those are not my people. Little Sarah Shore is a far cry from Pharaoh. Thank you very much. So yeah, is there anything y'all want to do tonight beyond get some drinks in you, get some sleep? Anything from John?
No, I think John's tired. He's just gonna go to bed.
All right.
I would ask Gideon how many days ago Jade left.
2 or 3 by my count. It's not terribly long.
Good to know.
She seemed excited.
I have a good feeling she's going to have a very interesting journey.
Here's hoping.
Okay, I will go to bed.
All right. Well, eventually, morning will come for you all.
That sounds like a threat.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
The sun will
Morning will
rise,
come
the
for
city
you
will wake
all.
up and commence with its daily business. It is still the 20th. What are you guys doing?
We said we'd talk to Alexi in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So heading to Spring Keep and setting up a meet with Alexi. He is not terribly busy first thing in the morning. Getting a hold of him is not super hard for you guys. There's an attendant in the Green Keep that leads you from the lobby up towards his quarters. Lord, you've been here a number of times. I think this might be the first time for Noel and John. And stepping inside, you find yourself in a pretty spacious living apartment. There's a pretty complete, cozy-looking library along the near wall. There's a hearth and a reading chair not too far from it, with a window against that back wall, small dining area and kitchenette, and through a large archway on the right wall, you find yourself stepping into a sort of mixed lab/bedroom area. There is a small skeletal dragon suspended from the ceiling, a number of workspaces covered in books, scrolls, numerous arcane instruments, and Alexi is currently checking a telescope with a small handheld instrument that he is sort of just holding up to the lens at the window there. And as you guys step inside, he sort of waves to you and continues reading this thing in his hand. Before there's a small flash of light, he pulls away and he'll take another small note on a scrap of paper next to him. Please, sit. Can I get you anything to eat, drink? Have you eaten yet?
I
Presidium
love a drink.
always had breakfast at 5 a.m., so...
Snaps a finger, and you hear some rummaging around over in the kitchenette, and you can see a number of implements. Yeah, I see you, Johnny.
It's like when I
You see a
tried
number
to
of
teach
implements
Lauren
sort of-
Elvish. It's the same thing.
You see, cups, pans, foodstuffs beginning to float around the kitchen, and beginning to arrange themselves through unseen hands to meal.
Oh, your mic's cutting out, Plit.
Hello?
Sorry.
Hello?
Not sure what went wrong there, but you're good.
Okay. But yeah, drinks are being made, coffee, water, orange juice, whatever, as well as at least one breakfast plate for Alexi. More appear to be available if anyone's hungry.
Lauren will grab a plate.
Yeah.
Is there champagne with the orange juice?
There is no champagne. Alexi is just providing a normal meal for the morning.
Lauren's gonna rummage through her bag. Wait.
Just
Nice.
Perfect.
well, how was your trip? I should ask first off.
It went well. Managed to get the creature tracked down and took care of it. We got a little bit of closure for Barnaby, I think.
Good. That's good. Got some news on the light situation.
Right.
I'll point over to the telescope. It's definitely fading. Seems to be pretty consistently this past week. night after night. So that might be a good thing.
Maybe.
I take it no more concrete news, or were you getting to that?
Yes. Well, I have heard back from a number of the lodges around the Helen Sea, the Samores, the Elthori freeholds. They can all see it. It is readily visible from just about every coastal city in the region. Definitely seems to be centered somewhere in the middle of the abyss. So he'll just kind of look pointedly over to Lauren.
Lovely.
Yep. So that suspicion is more or less confirmed. Not quite shipped out yet.
Oh, we're losing you again, Plit.
Yeah,
Hello?
your mic's cutting in and out real bad.
Let me try plugging it in and out again.
No, now I get nothing. It's probably gonna reset the Discord thing then.
Anything now? Here?
Barely.
Talking?
Sounds like you're coming through a
What are we
different
looking
mic.
for?
It should be coming through the rear. Can you hear me? Am I coming through clearly?
Not particularly.
How about now?
Mm,
Is that better?
oh, that
Barely.
something's better now.
Getting better.
Is this better?
Yes.
Yes.
This is better?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Not sure.
So
what's
that
going
was input sensitivity. So we're hoping that that was enough.
on. Okay, that's probably what was going on.
Okay. So,
I would say to him, we did see the red light from across the Holan Sea as well. Not that we're giving you anything you didn't already know, but certainly it was quite
Where
visible.
where did you guys get to?
Oh boy, Noel would know. Peter forgets.
Henola Wood.
Henola Woods. I would try to give him general, like a landmark or something. Near the Something Mountains.
It's like I have
It's
never
a
heard
swamp.
that place. Lovely, especially this time of year.
All the alligators were asleep, or else I would have ridden one.
I learned how to do knuckling. It's an interesting time.
Yeah. Well, no, we are trying to get more information. We've got some movement underway. Just sort of waiting to hear back.
I probably should bring this up while we're talking about this sort of stuff. We found a mirror that showed potential future self possibilities, sort of thing. If that makes sense. One very good thing. I did not try to go find information through La Chirag.
I told you that was a bad idea.
It was terrible because in all of them, I became a herald of death and joined their side. So I have concerns that there might be some mind control. Mind control. And two, there is a very possible event around Bloodbeard's trial where Freeport is on fire and like burning to the ground.
Oh,
Yeah, we're probably gonna go talk to the Eastern Alliance today about that.
Yeah.
that's concerning. A little more specific on this
Oh boy,
mirror you found.
what was that?
Can you be a little bit more specific about this mirror? I not that I don't believe you and take you at your word, but just so that I have something to actually convey as far as our source for this.
The Mirror of Avalon.
That is significant in some way, I assume.
It wasn't so much a mirror initially. It was more like a carving into a rock, and then we figured out we figured out a ritual to make it turn on, and then it turned into a mirror, sort of. More like a gateway, kind of.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll just take a small note down. Okay, so a mirror. Where was it? I mean, this was in the swamp then.
The Henola Wood. Technically, it was in the Feywild.
Oh yeah, it was.
Okay. Feywild something. I'll be honest, I have no idea what any of that means. As far as
Credibility.
oh, well, I mean, just as far as I've never heard of Avalon, and I wouldn't know where to start making something like that.
Out of curiosity, have you ever heard of a title of the Empress? Someone from beyond this reality? Apparently they're the same person?
That name rings a bell, but I'd have to. He'll write down Empress and take that down as a note. I'd have to start digging for that. To my point, I wouldn't know where to start presenting, how to start presenting that beyond. We found some weird magic, right? Which that's a lot to try and sell a pitch with. But,
I mean, I don't think it's particularly far-fetched to say that Bloodbeard's arraignment probably is going to... Someone's going to try to make a move, right?
Yeah.
I don't disagree. I would hope the Eastern Alliance also sees the reason of that. I by all means, we should definitely alert them.
Or maybe leave out the mirror seeing thing.
Well, I'm not really in your position as a hero of the coast. I'm institutional here. I've got other standing. I can throw my weight behind it for whatever that's worth. But
Yeah, there were visions where Freeport wasn't on fire, but then there was others where Freeport was on fire. So,
so
There
there
were
could
also
be.
visions where Freeport was more on fire.
fire. Yeah, there was a lot of different varying versions of Freeport. Some
But
regular,
all of them were on fire somehow.
some on fire, some lightly on fire, some burned to the ground, some gone forever.
So we could have a problem. We should be prepared, I think
Yes.
is the operative line of reasoning here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I think that's definitely significant, and we should let them know. Yes. So, Eastern Alliance. What else do you have on your docket before the arraignment? Then.
Not much, I don't think.
I want to go to Eastern Alliance. I want to go to the prison and look through Bloodbeard and Varys' belongings
Right.
to try to find a belonging of La Sharag so I can scry on him. And then maybe try to talk to Varys a little bit. And test the waters on mind control stuff. With Burberry.
Okay, that's a plan then.
Out of curiosity, you haven't tried to scry on Lashrog, or you don't know anyone who has?
I have not personally, no. There may be some in the Alliance that have tried. I'm sure they've got competent mages over there in the Navy. They must have, right?
I would hope so.
So, we'll see, I suppose.
Okay.
Yes, well, I need to gather myself. I still need to eat and caffeinate and meet with the other conservators. After the morning briefing, though, I would be more than happy to stop by the Eastern Alliance, back you guys up. After that, though, I suppose I probably need to get back to things here. So
That's fine. We appreciate your help.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, no, I remembered. There was something I was forgetting. We did hear something new about the lights. There have been sightings in the hills, in coastal regions across the Helon Sea of small red lights up in the mountains, like the one out at sea.
And like which islands?
He just gestures kind of across the rim of the ocean. I mean, everywhere, it seems. Greater Seymour, Cathersil, Redania, even.
These haven't lasted as long as the big one. Just small blips.
Yeah, actually, there is a spot. Actually, we got a report. Some farmers saw some up a valley, about maybe 100 miles from the city, inland.
Inland.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Was there any here specifically?
Yes, from Freeport.
So some people found it in Freeport.
Yeah, so about 100 miles from Freeport, inland.
Okay, they saw it.
Yes, there was some a red light up in the mountains, they said.
Are there any cities near that area?
Beaumont would be the closest.
Has anyone reached out to anyone there to ask about it?
We are waiting for a report back. We do have some people in the area that are looking into it.
Well, did anybody see any red lights in Freeport?
In Freeport itself, no.
Okay.
But we have received numerous reports of red lights in hills and mountains along sort of the coastal region of the Helon Sea. So we are looking into it.
Do you know if anybody saw lights on Daggermore?
We don't have a presence on Daggermore, so unfortunately I can't say. But
I give a look at Noel.
It's a little crazy right now, I think.
Yeah. I had a thought, but
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't mean to change the topic, but I actually remembered I do have a question for you. So I learned a little bit about teleportation magic, which you, I guess, learned last night, if you remember.
Oh, yes, congratulations on that.
Yes. You know,
not an easy thing.
I realized when it was not about, like, vanishing and reappearing, but, like, opening a gateway. That was kind of when I started to figure... Anyway, I just want to know, do you have more circle sigils that I might be able to glance at, like a booklet of them or something that the Green Wardens keep?
I can track one down for you, probably. I mean, is there somewhere in particular you're looking for?
I just want to collect as many as possible.
Well, fair. I obviously have not made do with circles for some time myself, but I'm sure we have a record somewhere around the keep. I can certainly track one down for you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. I feel like we've got a plan at the very least.
Good. Yes. Glad I remembered that last bit. I almost forgot. So, I guess East Alliance with you, and then I will follow up in a few hours.
Perfect.
Sounds good. Well, anything else before we part ways here?
I'm good.
All right then. Well, off we go.
Yes.
So parting ways with Alexi. You guys wanted to head over to the East Alliance.
I think we were gonna wait for Alexi for that.
Oh, you wanted him to come with you?
Or that's what I thought he was.
I don't think we have
That's
anything
fine.
to do between now and when Alexi's
Yeah.
going to join us is the thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we can time skip to that.
Fine. Fair enough.
I am curious, what was Lauren thinking about Daggermore there? I guess I didn't quite catch what you were...
Oh, well, I was curious if there was like a light in like Daggermore.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not a light in Freeport, and we definitely have at least one or two members of the Leviathan cult here. And if there wasn't any in Daggermore, maybe the lights are for places that don't have people, followers.
Right. I could see that. Could try to reach out to someone on Daggermore. See if we can get an answer. I'm trying to think of who would make sense to do that with, though. Segan, maybe?
Yeah, actually, we probably helped him out a bit.
That's not asking much of him.
Yeah. Hi, did you see a strange red light?
Yeah, while we're walking, I'll just cast Sending to Henmore Segan.
Okay.
Sorry, one second, just getting my spell slots reset. I'd say, Segan, it's Luna again. Sorry to bother. We're investigating some things. Have there been any red light flashes similar to the one in the distance nearby Daggermore recently? Any info would be appreciated.
Okay. Excuse me. I think you get a somewhat reserved, kind of cool tone
Oh, he's so cool.
in response to it.
I said, oh, he's so cool.
Standoffish.
Oh.
Right.
He's angry.
Less
Luna.
fun.
But he's sexy angry.
How pleasant to hear from you again.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
I expect word has reached you of the situation here in
Not
Beddingwich.
really.
Alas, no such light here in town. Though I have heard there is a curious little night light shining off the...
Oh no, what was the last part you kind of...
A curious little night light shining off the east coast of Montalban.
Oh. I'll turn to Lauren and share that. Eastern coast of Montalban.
What side of the coast were we at on Montalban?
You were primarily on the north and western coasts of the island. You guys never really explored the east side.
Well, we had another reason to possibly go visit Montalban at some point. I don't remember what it was.
Land. Buying land.
Maybe, I should talk to my bank at some point, see how that's going. Well, it's something. Also, I forgot to mention this before, Lauren, but your mind control theory also has some credence based on one of the visions I saw when I was looking in the mirror. I was doing some reflection about the whole situation with Willem and had we let him live. And in one of the visions, he dropped everything and began swimming toward the red light in the ocean. That was the last thing I saw of him. So perhaps there is some kind of entity manipulating everybody.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm just curious, like, how much control it has over them.
Right.
Because I don't think it's, like, total, but I think there's definitely something going on there.
Mm-hmm.
It could be total. I don't know. It's not like I knew any of the people we met before.
I mean, whenever fate gets me down, I always just blame Pilatus, but that's fine. I've had him since day one.
I'll be careful not to anger that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So other than that, I think we can just go to the.
Yeah, we'll go there now.
Okay. Fort Franco would be the primary East Alliance station here in town. Heading out that way, the Admiralty at Fort Franco probably would not be the easiest group to get a hold of to start out with, but you would eventually be set up in a room with Commodore Dahlia Kipro, whom I believe you have met in the past.
That name sounds familiar.
And she says, well, Lost Emeralds and Conservator Alexei, good to see all of you. I was told that this was urgent, so what can I do for all of you?
How did we agree to start this?
Yeah, Alexei, how did we just agree to start this?
Right. Well, we have some concerns about the upcoming arraignment of a certain Ramsall Bloodbeard. I'm sure you remember. Commodore just kind of chuckles like, I remember, yes, I can assure you, Conservator, we are taking every precaution. Security is our primary concern. He will be bound, gagged, blindfolded, escorted by heavily armed guard, and the entire procession all the way to the Alliance Courthouse will be under surveillance. Alexei nods. He says,
I would
That's good. That's good.
maybe also have people watching the ports for ships and stuff.
We will absolutely be watching the harbor mouth. We have our usual security measures in place. watching traffic in and out of the harbor. We can certainly make sure to take double watch on arraignment day itself.
We just know that through our investigations and research, the allies of Bloodbeard, powerful ones, are beginning to make moves, and if Bloodbeard is at all relevant to their plans, they will probably do everything in their power, whether it be using teleportation magic or sending enemies to attack the harbor itself to create a distraction. They may very well be employing some intense tactics in order to throw things off.
Well, the East Alliance is the most powerful coalition in the Hillan Sea. We are dominant in the Emerald Sea. I can't imagine anyone mustering the sort of power they could challenge us here in the seat of our power.
Well, they don't need to defeat you. They just need to get Bloodbeard.
Fair point. You can see she seems a little put off by that, but she rallies and continues on with an easy smile. I can't exactly walk you through all of our security precautions. Obviously, that would be in violation of our own protocols around,
of course,
security and secrecy, but what can I say to put you at ease, if anything?
Well, we haven't talked in detail with our group yet, but we would not mind being a part of security to some degree, I think. Being around when things may go haywire could help stave off some problems.
I think that's a lovely idea. I assume you still have the naval stars you were awarded for your work on Montibon. I think if you keep those on hand, our people would be more than happy to let you pass wherever you like. Although, we should probably... she'll kind of look around the room for a moment, and then... Ensign, could you get in here, please? And she'll call a young man in uniform in, and she'll say, could you just pass around the room? And he'll nod and very quickly start incanting and just kind of start pacing the room in circles, looking around. She'll say, just before we proceed further.
Mm.
And after a minute, he finishes and stops and says, all clear, Commodore. She says, good. Well, now that we are confident we are not being watched, say we establish a password, a call sign, something to vouch for your identities in the event that's, as you suggest, some level of infiltration happens during the arraignment. Something to confirm your identities to our men.
Right. Trying to think of what would be a good password for us. Terrible thing. I try to channel the spirit of Burberry to think of something clever.
Word into our ears, Burberry.
Save us.
Please, Burberry.
You're only hope.
I'm not good at this shit. My first thought was banana. That's, yeah.
Why don't we use the very first meal we ever ate together?
Gumbo.
Gumbo. This is why I pray to Burberry.
Yep.
Okay. I will lean in. The password is Gumbo.
Gumbo it is.
Barnaby's not there, but he improves.
Well, I will let our security personnel know that anyone bearing your faces claiming to be the lost emeralds needs to say Gumbo before they are allowed across any barricades or secured areas.
What's Alexi's face look like right now?
We're professionals.
Alexi has sort of just crossed his legs and is just sort of leaned back with like a hand over his mouth, like, wow. just watching.
She'll just like be like, it was the first meal we all had together was gumbo.
Well,
don't judge us.
He doesn't say a thing. He just is like, no, nothing.
Lauren's like, sure. I see it.
And the Commodore says, so then, with a call sign established and my permission, you are free to move as you will on game day and do what you must.
Oh, I had another request. Have you guys been able to successfully scry on Lasharog?
You'll forgive me when I say that we can't exactly share our intelligence work with civilians, decorated though you may be.
Wonderful. Can I go through Blackbeard and Varys's possessions? I need to look for something.
We're trying to acquire intelligence of our own. And if you don't want to share your scry, that's fine, but she might be able to do so as well, if we can find something.
And I've actually met the man, so...
I'll say, Lauren, go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
With advantage, since Noelle is helping persuade.
With advantage.
I am in the room.
Yeah, it rubs off. Oh shit! I rolled a nat 20 first roll. I don't need advantage.
All right.
So that's like I think with the bonuses, it's like a 25.
You see the Commodore think it over before she finally uncrosses her arms with a sigh, and she says, I suppose it couldn't hurt for you to look through them. They are in holding at Yamadazath, so you'll have to make your way to the penitentiary. But I can certainly let them know you're coming. She will grab a slip of parchment and a quill and start writing a small note. She'll roll up and stamp with her seal, hand it to you. So, show this at the door. They should let you in.
I have another thing. I have reason to believe that there is some sort of mind control happening. And I was curious if you had any, like, clerics or something working with you that might be able to, like, snap that and make it go away.
God, excuse me. I don't feel like I had this much issues fucking last week.
Get a glass of water, man.
Yeah. We have some members of the Conclave that work with us, and that visit the penitentiary from time to time. Suffice to say, however, we have not found any evidence of ensorcelments or any other magical effects persisting on anyone in the penitentiary. That facility is easily one of the most warded and heavily guarded facilities in the Emerald Coast.
That's
If
good to know.
anything is magically affecting anyone inside, it is
Beyond a spell to fix it.
either that or beyond our ability to detect. But, as I said, we are very, very thorough. So,
Well, it's good to know
Whatever
that's
that's
part
worth.
of what you check for. That's helpful.
it is important that we do not let any outside magic into the walls of our facility. But we also have taken extreme steps to suppress any magic that might be conjured from within as well.
Do you mind if I speak with Varys?
What are you hoping to get out of him?
Well, I know Loshrog's been in contact with him. So,
Not while he's been locked up.
Is your facility warded against things like sending?
We have one of the most heavily warded facilities in all the Emerald Coast. I
that
am
sounds
sure
like a no.
our experts in the area would be able to give you, if you were of the proper clearance, a full rundown on the exact security measures in place. But
Yeah, well, I have reason to believe that they have been in contact. Which means Loshrog has probably been also in contact with Blackbeard this whole time as well. Bloodbeard, sorry.
OC do not steal.
Well, I think we can get everything we need by going to visit then, it sounds like.
I hope you find what you're looking for in their wares.
All right, well, thanks for giving me permission to talk to Varys. Appreciate it.
I
Okay,
did
thanks.
not say that.
Bye.
Mostly, I just want to talk to him to see if he slips up on something.
I'll say give you another persuasion check.
Okay.
No lucky in this campaign.
No, I was literally like, I want to use my. I don't have that. 15.
15.
Could have taken it in this campaign.
I should have. I don't feel like it's a. Why can't I talk to him?
I think that she definitely like sits back with a sigh and kind of like rubs her temple here, right? She's like really debating it, is this something that I need to
How stressed am I feeling at this
Oh, wow.
particular
Yeah.
moment?
I'll say with a 15. I suppose, considering what you've done for the Eastern Alliance, a short conversation could not hurt.
Okay.
I can give you 10 minutes in a room with him.
Okay.
No more than that. As she very quickly pens another note, rolls it, and seals it, and hands it to you.
Wait. Okay. Guys, help me think of questions. That was not said out loud. That was said out of character.
Okay. Well, thank you for your patience with us. I apologize if we were out of line in any of our comments. We're just very concerned about all of this, and it's kind of our personal missive right now.
I appreciate your concern.
Well, we appreciate your help. And I hope for all of our sake that the arraignment goes off as planned.
That is the plan. Well, enjoy the rest of your days. I have work to get back to. So she will head out. You will be escorted back out of the base. Alexei will walk along without a comment until you guys are well clear of the guards. And
then he'll have so many.
That's what I'm waiting for.
as you guys are making your way back into town, he just kind of leans in and he says, "That was something to see."
Could have gone worse.
Gumbo, huh?
I was channeling the spirit of Burberry for that answer.
Yeah, that's a weird spirit to channel.
Nobody's gonna guess it.
I wouldn't have.
I like the idea that y'all were thinking that I was gonna say something like super clever or like really cryptic, and I'm just like, nah.
I like it though. I think it actually it's a good password.
It is.
Well,
It's okay. I'm used to your judgment, Alexei. It doesn't faze me anymore.
I think it went better than I was expecting, to be honest with you. It was just very unorthodox. Reminds me of my early days with the Wardens.
Why did you not have to sign a bunch of papers or some shit?
Oh, back in the day, I wasn't responsible for hardly anything. I was running all over the place. I think I probably spent a good 20 years errant, the way you're doing.
It's a long time to be adventuring.
It suited me.
I feel like I would die
I
of
learned a lot.
stress if I was doing this for 20 years.
I mean, it wasn't 20 years straight, obviously. I took plenty of time off between excursions, but I enjoyed the freedom to explore, which I think is good for a lot of people. They don't get enough of it. But that said, it has been a very long time since those days. So, I think, as I said, that went better than I expected it to. Do you need any further help with this? I've got a few hours free before I have anything left for the day. Or will you be good at the penitentiary on your own?
I mean, if you want to come with us, I mean, you can.
No, we wouldn't say no. We'd love to have your help if something goes crazy.
Well, you could just teleport us there.
Ooh.
Then we don't have to walk.
I'll be safe.
You know he's going to start thinking that you're just inviting him places for the sole purpose of teleportation.
Hey,
Walking is good for you.
I've been walking a lot. Thank you
That's
very
true. We
much.
did spend a week in a swamp walking.
Swamp. Try walking through swamp waters. It's terrible.
My boots still smell bad.
I had to put on a different.
You say that like it's a
I
bad
really
thing, Olorin. I'm
fun.
pretty sure you had fun in the mud.
I did have fun in there.
Would
Only
you mind if
somewhat
I gave you a little... He starts kind of gesturing a little bit. You could smell like soap and lavender kind of like wafting over you. There
Or
was
it's
a
like, for the
slight
love of-
swampy musk. I was wondering what that was.
Thank God, please make it go away.
You might want a real bath eventually, however. It's not going
I
to last.
did take a bath. It's that stinky.
Maybe another one. Heading to the penitentiary, you guys are able to get a ship over there. And it's probably about an hour from Fort Franco to landing at Yumetazath. And you find yourselves disembarking from this.
I could just fly there. I can fly us.
Oh.
Are they going to be all
Even
weird
better.
about that? Like try and shoot us down or something?
I think if we come in low and slow, that should help.
Lauren is gonna fucking... If Alexei gets on her back...
Taken off.
Oh, I'm gonna... do some turns, do some flips, and then like ease down at the very end.
Okay.
And then as soon as I turn back into a Lord, I'll be like, thank you for flying giant eagle of Lauren. I hope you enjoyed your ride and kept your contents in your tum
I'm
tum.
going to be sick.
Okay.
I
He is
think
very
you mean
quickly
thank you for
rummaging
flying
through
SE
pockets to
Air.
find those 2 missives to pull out as guards are like approaching you guys in the docks. It's like, stop right there. He's like, we're here. We have permission to be here. Alord's like doing her bit. He's like, we have permission to be here. Commodore Dahlia sends her regards. I will
Sorry.
take his ship back. Thank you very much.
Oh, come on. It wasn't that bad.
He looks at Noelle.
I have anti-nausea pills. I'll share them with you.
Thank you.
Hey, I that was the first time you ever rode on my back. I had to. I'm sorry. Most of the time, I don't do that.
Most of the time.
You gotta keep people on their toes. You know what I'm saying? When was the last time you got a ride like that? You know?
That's true. Our lives are so stress-free. We need the excitement.
Exactly.
Was that sarcasm?
Maybe.
Wow. I rolled con saves, and they both rolled 19s. I'm proud of them.
Nice. So, Yamadazath is a rocky island in the middle of the harbor, pretty far from either bank of sort of the inlet channel that leads into the harbor. And there is a small village sort of built on the shore next to the dock where you guys landed. And there is a switchback path that leads up to this heavily shrouded fortress at the top of the island. You can see these like high, almost solid stone walls. Like there's not even any trace of like brickwork or like masonry. They look almost as though they were either carved or raised out of the ground itself. But at the same time, there is this sort of cloud hanging over this fort. And as you draw close to it, you find your vision starting to sort of almost like grow milky and hard to see as you draw closer to the fortress. And you could hear the sounds of, guards shouting up, like, open the gates, we have visitors from Commodore Dahlia. You could hear heavy stone grinding open, and you can sort of sense these, like, dark shadows as you're sort of passing through, like, a narrow gap in the stone on either side of you before you sort of emerge into this courtyard. And looking around, like, it is remarkably difficult to make out anything while you're in the vicinity of this fortress. Like, there's either something in the air or something affecting your eyes themselves that is just clouding everything over. And you just kind of feel the arms or the hands of these guards on either side of you guys escorting you across the courtyard towards this sort of large, angular, boxy shape, sort of ringed by towers. Hard to make out any more detail than that. There's a dark opening ahead of you that you pass into, and you go from standing out in the daylight to stepping into a very dark, very dim space. There is a sort of claustrophobic sensation that sort of overtakes you. And stepping into the fortress itself, suddenly you find your heads starting to swim. You feel this sort of dizziness beginning to affect you. And as you guys are sort of led down these hallways, kind of having a hard time keeping track of what direction you're going, even who you're with after a certain point. Like, there's just this sort of swimming, blurring effect happening to your thoughts and your vision. You eventually feel yourselves being pressed into chairs, and something is pressed into your hands, and the vision suddenly clears up immediately. The dizziness pulls back within seconds, and you're sitting in an interrogation room. 2 chairs on one side of the table, an empty chair on the other side of the table. There's a door on the far side of the room. There's a door behind you. There are 2 guards on either side of you, sword and shield out at the ready. And in your hands have been pressed a pair of badges, small sort of pewter shields with an engraving on it that says Umatazath Penitentiary Security Personnel. And the guards just say, hold on to this.
Okay.
Where's Alexi?
Alexi is standing by the door.
Oh. Is he holding a badge
also,
as well?
He is, but he very quickly just kind of tucks it into his hands and folds it in front of him. In about 5 minutes, the door across from you opens and a guard steps through with a large bag, and then a second guard and another bag. And they set both on the table. These are the personal effects of Mr. Varys. These belong to Renshall Bloodbeard. As per Commodore Dahlia's request, you have 10 minutes. They step back and let you peruse the bags.
I'll go through Varys's if you want to go through Bloodbeard.
Yeah, I'll start searching
Yeah.
for anything that looks like it might have belonged to or come from La Shirag.
Okay.
I'll do that, but I'll also look for some interesting things too, like a notebook and shit. I'll be snooping.
Sure. So, Varys, his bag contains many of the items that you saw him wearing the last time you saw him, when you handed him off to the Emerald, or the Eastern Alliance. There is his sort of piecemeal studded leather armor, his loose fitting blouse and sort of nautical breeches, boots, a dagger, a number of piercings that seem to have been removed. There's a couple pouches, one that contains a handful of vials containing shimmering red liquid you recognize as healing potion. The other pouch contains a number of natural implements. There's a small amount of cobweb that's been sort of wrapped around a twig. There's a tiny patch of fleece, and it looks to be like a spell component pouch. In Ranshall's, there is his very large, oversized, war-torn sort of admiral's jacket that he was wearing, as well as his stained and torn undershirt, his belt of sashes, the various necklaces and bangles that he was wearing, his nose ring, the beads from his beard, you recognize many of them, the bandana he wore around his head as a headband, earrings, 3 daggers, boots, not much else in these bags to speak of, however.
Are there any engravings on the daggers?
Looking over the daggers, they look to be of a variety. They're three different makes. One of them looks to be markedly better kept than the others. It's got like a gold, sort of blocky hilt, very thick blade, and a pretty tight little handle with like a round pommel on it, with a big ruby set into it. The other two look much more run of the mill. One looks like it's been like well overdue for sharpening and like cleaning. It's like rusted and chipped and shit. The other one is what looks like an oversized piece of cutlery, like an actual like a cooking or eating dagger. No engravings on them to speak of, though.
Any thoughts, Noel?
Well, there's a fancy dagger.
I would like to point out, you guys did loot these guys when you captured them.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
you already took their most interesting shit.
We are looking for something slightly different than just what's valuable, though.
I'm curious about the blade that hasn't been sharpened and not kept up with.
Does it give me any vibes of like Willem's dagger or something crazy like that? I don't know. Like
it looks like a spare dagger that's been just neglected. It doesn't necessarily look special in any regard, just shitty.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything obvious here that comes across as like something that Lasharog gave them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much in the way of ideas, though. There's nothing here that seems like it's even personalized to any degree. It's just kind of clothing and gear.
Yeah, what about the necklaces and stuff that Ranzel had?
There's like a gold chain. There's like a string of like shark's teeth. There's one that's like a combination of like semi-precious stone beads and shells.
Any of them have like an engraving that's like "Happy Birthday from Lasharog" or something?
Yeah, mixed into those. There's like a friendship bracelet that's like besties forever.
Okay.
LC.
We'll take that.
No, there's nothing like that.
What about Varys's jewelry? Is there anything like that?
No, Varys has like a handful of like earrings and piercings and stuff.
Random question: do any of them look like mine?
Some there's a couple that have like a couple of like coral ones that have that sort of like polished enamel kind of look to them that are sort of similar. Slightly different in their shaping, stylistically, but similar material.
Well, I think we're.
Yeah, I guess we'll move on to part 2 of this.
Yep, should have a look.
Sorry, guys.
I will say.
You already looted their best shit.
Lauren, do something slightly obnoxious for me, please.
Oh no! She shoves everything off the table.
And that's how you know you're real friends. Whenever you don't ask questions, you just
The guards
do it.
just look at you like, really? All right. What are you doing, Noel?
I was gonna say, I want to try and get one tiny thing from each bag and collect it.
I'll just be sitting there trying to put stuff in.
Like one of the beads
bag.
from Renzal and, I don't know, some kind
I
of...
have a bottle of Varys blood, so I don't know if it really needs.
I mean, backup. Just in case
Yeah.
the blood goes bad or something. I don't know.
Just in case blood goes bad.
Okay.
That's
Well, I
a
do
so
technically
exciting
have
thing I'd be hearing
Ranzel's
today.
Amulet of the Drunkard.
That's true. We do have a couple things, but you never know.
And then I have Varys's Moonsicle.
If nothing else, these are things we could give to Alexi, too.
That's true.
Okay. So I'll say, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check with advantage, Noel, to try and pocket these.
Oh, Lauren's also talking this whole time, just being really loud. Just like, I'm so sorry. I am such a klutz.
Very,
Alexi, you should have stopped me after one drink.
very
He's
average
just like,
rolls. That's a 19 total.
I didn't
19.
think it was possible to stop you after one drink.
okay.
Usually it takes at least 4. And then maybe you'll
So-
slow down.
You surreptitiously palm a couple items from these bags, Noel, and just kind of tuck them away in a pocket
Yep, just one from each.
and continue cleaning up. And as you're finished, the guards will take the bags back and depart the room,
Well,
leaving you sitting and waiting.
part 2.
I am curious if it might be better if I talk to him by myself
I had a
with you
feeling
two,
you might say that.
with your ears against the wall to listen. Or some way to listen. I just don't know how much he's going to say if there's like more people in the room. Because I know he's going to hate my fucking guts, which is part of the reason why I think it might work. Is that he sees me, gets instantly angry. I ask him questions, and then he like fucks up a little bit or
I
something.
glance over at Alexi.
He
Can't you do like a little familiar guy? You can just pop on my shoulder or in my hair or something that can listen. Oh wait, no, because this is all warded and stuff, right?
Usually turning into small critters is your thing. That being said, well, never mind. I was going to say that I could scry on the room, but I'm pretty sure that there are measures against that here. For some reason, I have a feeling.
I have a feeling. I don't know if you can cast a familiar, Alexi, can you?
He'll kind of just look at the guards, who very, very quietly just like shake their heads at him. He's like, in the interest of playing nice with our hosts, I will abstain.
Okay.
But I do think there's a possibility that you might be right about him being more forthcoming with you, considering your past relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially.
Just never happened, honestly.
And he'll just kind of look at Noel. What do you think?
I mean, the logic of it is solid, but I do worry about Lauren being... We can try. And this is, if there was ever a place to try, this is about the safest it could be.
Wait, alone. Wait, what? What are you worried about? Are you worried about me or?
I'm worried about a lot of things. I think... I know that when you were talking to him regularly on the island, you had a lot of thoughts about, like, you know, joining his stuff, and I know you didn't end up doing that ultimately, which we appreciate.
I wanted to do it to learn information, and now I know what happens if I go down that route, which I'm not going to be doing. Trust me, that is nothing I ever wanted for myself.
Okay. Well, I do trust you, so we'll try it, if the guards will let us.
Lord shapeshifts, polymorphs, Varys runs out of the jail.
Oh boy.
This
Just kidding.
motherfucker.
Okay, real quick, before he's in the room, help me with some questions, because I feel like I'm just gonna be sitting there like,
I'm not sure. Peter thought you had a plan for this.
Not an entirely one. I had like I was like, oh, this could work, but I don't know what to fucking ask to get him to fucking pop off.
So what are we trying to glean? Like, we already, like, what's the red light, I guess?
Well, part of me is trying to figure out if he knows that Loshirog has a plan for Blackbeard's thing.
Yeah, that's more immediately pressing.
Yeah.
Even the problem is that even if he did, he wouldn't tell us.
So
My
the
hope is to
truth?
try to get him angry enough
That would be
to
nice.
say something.
But you are
How
you are not
out
here,
of it?
Burberry.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was in there, brain. Never mind. Ignore me.
Okay, I'm sorry. I it's a little confusing because we've been
Yeah.
different time. I'd say just try and extract anything you can about the immediate plans with the arraignment. Whether Bloodbeard is even important to Lasharog, we could be totally wrong about that. How?
Important questions, but in an asshole way.
Yeah, that couldn't
Got
hurt.
it. So did Bloodbeard? Did Loshirog dump you when you got captured? Doesn't care about you anymore.
Yeah.
Sips tea.
If your goal is to piss him off, then that would be your best strategy.
Well, I don't feel like he's gonna actually tell me information unless he's like angry enough to slip something up.
Yeah.
Alexi, thoughts?
You know him better than I do. I would defer to your judgment in this case.
Well, he did like it when I was like, doing the other stuff, and then he would tell me stuff.
How about this, Alexi? Here's a question. If there was one piece of information that you could really consider very valuable for the Green Wardens in this circumstance, what might that be?
I mean, understanding exactly what this cult of theirs objective is, what their understanding of this Leviathan is, that I think would shed a lot of light on what it is they're doing or planning. But somehow I feel that is not going to be readily disclosed to us. Just a hunch.
Probably right. Yeah, immediate plans and grand scheme and any leads, any hints that you can get about timelines maybe would be good.
I am not a miracle worker, but I will do my darndest. So should I go an angry route or the other route?
I think your best bet is probably going to be... I think if you come off initially as angry, it's going to be more obvious that you're trying to be manipulative. But if it seems like you're getting pissed off because he's not answering questions or something like that.
Okay. So start off, oh, Paris, oh, I've missed you.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
sorry.
know why, but I suddenly got a severe chill up my spine.
As Barnaby's walking through the Feywild with Burberry, they both shudder.
You're so annoying. You won't tell me anything. Gosh, grr. Like that. Go through that motion.
It's worth a shot.
Cool. Alexi, sound like a sound plan?
There's a disturbance in the force.
Disturbance.
So Alexi just judging.
He's just watching. Just waiting
I
to
feel
see
like-
how this plays out.
I feel like he's only here because he's just like very curious what's going to happen. He doesn't.
He's like, I had a free day and this seems very
He's like-
entertaining.
Exactly. He's like, this is like fucking like popcorn over there. He's popping.
Low key. You're not wrong. So, if that is the plan, then I think voicing your request to the guards, they will readily escort a Noel and Alexi out into the hallway. And You will find yourselves standing in a sort of enclosed like work area. There's like a few desks. There's some shelving. There's what looks like a couch off to one side. It's a pretty Spartan-looking little room. There's a couple of guards here at these desks, handling papers or just kind of sitting with their feet up, waiting. And there's a heavy metal door at the far end of the room that you can see that you do not recall passing by as you walked in, given your vision and minds were clouded. And Aloran, you were left alone with a couple of guards in the room. And after about 2 more minutes pass, since you guys spent a decent amount of time talking, you see the door opposite you opens, and a guard leads a blindfolded and manacled and gagged Varys into the room. He is dressed in these very baggy black and white striped prison clothes. Barefooted, as his feet kind of slap on the floor. He's kind of just pressed down into the chair. His hands are yanked forward by the manacles, and they are hooked into this like lock in the middle of the table, where he's just kind of like stuck with his arms out, extended in front of him, kind of pulled forward.
Lauren's gonna be very relaxed, leaning back in her
You'll
chair.
see the guard reach forward and pull the gag down from his mouth and say, "You've got a visitor." And he just sort of cranes his neck up, still blindfolded, and says, "Who is it?"
Surprise!
You see this grimace spread across his face.
Oh, come on. I know you missed me. What?
To what do I owe the pleasure, Aloran?
Oh yeah, that's right. You do know my name now. Fun. I bet it was some fun information to give Lost Shurog. Not much of a chatter anymore.
Why are you here?
Just wanted to see you, see how you're doing. Doesn't look like prison life is suiting you very well.
He's like looking slightly like up off to your left, like over your shoulder. Like blindfolded. He can't exactly see your face, but you get the sense
Does he have to have the blindfold on?
That's the guard nods.
Okay.
Precautionary for mages.
Oh. Yeah, he can do little magic stuff. That's fair.
Hey, Kimmy, that's Varys.
That's Varys. I'm so funny. You've missed me. So have you been able to see the little red light in your prison cell?
He kind of pauses for a moment, kind of like turns his head a little bit. Maybe. You see the guard over his shoulder say, shaking his head.
You're a very bad liar.
What red light?
Yes, nothing you need to know about, worry yourself about.
God damn.
How's Lost Shurog doing?
I'm sure he's faring well enough without us.
Do you feel like just like pushed to the side, like it doesn't care about you anymore?
Is this what you came here for? To antagonize me?
It was always fun antagonizing you, I'm sorry. Old habits die hard. So when did you tell Lostrog my name, though? Because he did message me.
We spoke intermittently on the journey in.
You haven't talked to him recently?
I imagine he's been busy.
Insight check. All right, that is an unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20?
Yeah. I have a +7.
Okay. You scrutinize this guy. You can definitely tell he is not wanting to give up information. That is very clear. He is clearly determined to deny you whatever it is you came here for, though he's not sure what it is you came here for.
There is she. That's the plan.
So have you heard the Bloodbeard's trial is happening soon?
I was going to say with a 20 to wrap up.
Oh, okay, sorry.
With a 20, you pick up a hesitation in his voice as he made that most recent assertion.
That's very interesting, Varys. Guys been talking about the trial. Maybe talking about getting you out too.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
Insight check. 17. Let's be prepared for all the insights now.
Okay. He's definitely withholding.
Oh, come on. We had a good time together. You don't want to talk to me about anything?
Right up until you turned us into the Eastern Alliance. Can't say I've enjoyed my time since then.
Yeah.
So no.
That is a shame, honestly. So, what do you know about the red light? And stop holding back. I know you're lying. Through your fucking teeth.
He just kind of smiles at you. As our friend here indicated clearly, I can't see outside my cell. What red light?
Such a convenient answer.
The guard's just kind of like scrutinizing him now himself. It's like mad side eye.
What is it? What does it do? What does it mean? God damn it. I don't know how to make him mad, guys.
I'm sure you will all learn in due time.
I mean, honestly, probably not a huge threat. I mean, if you're part of the cult, you and Bloodbeard were easy to take down. I'm sure Lostrog won't be much different. Same with Little Monster.
I wish I could be there to see the day you find out just how wrong you are.
I'm not.
He's got a
day
big,
specifically?
genuine smile
Yeah.
on his face. A big, genuine smile. It's like, oh, but I am.
What day is that?
Could be any day now.
Hmm.
But it is coming.
Yeah. Be very convenient if it's on the trial day.
Make a big splash, wouldn't it?
It would. It really would.
Was that everything?
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm terrible at this shit.
It was a long shot, regardless.
Yeah. Well, as dull as this was, yeah, I'm tired of this. You're boring.
Should I take that to mean I'm dismissed?
Can Chani make like either a history or a insight, I guess would be the role for it, to see what kind of things that she's done in the past that kind of ticked him?
Yeah, I don't know what to do. It's been so long since the whole Ferris shit. I don't remember.
I mean, you never really like provoked him in the past, really. Like really provoked him. You guys played it really safe on Daggermore, so you were very like accommodating and like maybe like a little coy, but not like confrontational or fucking sarcastic like this by any means. Like you guys were very chill with Varys.
Oh wait, I have something. I do like your weapon though. Wait, before I say all that, can I try something else real quick?
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, your weapon's pretty nice though.
Having fun.
I am. She'll like pull it out, make that little sword sound, and she's like, "It's okay." She goes like, she like signs to the guards like, "I'm not doing anything. I swear to God." Just trying to scare him a little bit. That's what she's trying to convey.
He just kind of leans back, or he tries to lean in the chair, but he's still like chained up forward, so he just kind of like relaxes into the table and listens. He says, I used to do good work with that weapon.
Yeah, well, it's mine now. Along with everything else he basically fucking own. Or owned, I suppose.
Are we done here?
Okay, whatever. I give up. I'm done with this.
As the guard is unfastening his bindings, getting him back onto his feet. Shit, where was it? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so disorganized.
All good.
Fuck. He pulls Varys up to his feet and begins to open the door, and Varys just kind of turns back towards you, and again, still not facing you. He's like looking at the corner of the room,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like off to your left. It's like, anything you'd like us to pass along to Volos before I never see you again?
I know that's a lie. He's dead.
And the guard just pulls Varys out of the room and closes the door behind him.
Out of curiosity, were we, like me and Alexia, privy to any of that, or was that totally cut off from our ability to hear them?
You'd be able to hear it through the door. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a little muffled, but it is audible.
Okay. Well, once we get the all clear from our guard on this side of things, we'd probably rejoin Lauren.
So they will open the door and regroup with everyone.
Well, that was a tough nut to crack. Hopefully
That was worthless, and I'd like to leave now.
Yeah, hopefully we can get out ahead of this.
So the guards will collect your badges from you. Your vision will again cloud over. Your heads will begin to swim, and you will feel yourselves being guided out of the fortress. Eventually, the dark around you gives way to light again. You feel yourselves passing through that narrow gap in the walls. And a few steps later, your heads and vision begin to clear, and you find yourselves standing back on the rocky path outside the fortress walls. The guards leave your sides and allow you to walk on your own back down the path towards the village. And as you do, Alexei chimes in. He says, well, he was definitely talking with Lasharog, right? I mean,
that's true.
That was clear enough.
It's funny how sending just can't be warded against.
No, there are other ways beyond sending as well.
Like
Dreaming. A dream spell.
Hmm.
That would give them 8 hours of talking to each other. And if he's been doing that with Varys, he's been doing it with Bloodbeard for sure.
Hopefully we can stop whatever is about to happen.
I do think I would like to be alone for a little while.
Fair enough.
And Lauren will go walk over to the water's edge and just jump in and swim away.
Well, I can give you a ride back, Alexei, if you don't want to teleport.
We can take a ship. It's fine. I'm in no rush.
I feel like flying. I'm gonna turn into a giant eagle.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't think you understand, Lexi. I don't want to. I am going to. I'm just offering you.
You are
the
allowed
chance.
to ride on my back. Or you can take a ship.
I'm going to fly. You can come with me.
Yes.
So, with that, I think we're at a good place to take a break. We're a little more than halfway through. So I'll try to be back by, say, 9:35.
Okay.
Sound good?
Switching to break?
Yep.
Dream's
then
back.
let's get back to it. So, dispersing for the time being today. Is there anything else the party wants to accomplish on the 20th?
I have one tiny more thing I wanted to do real quick.
Okay.
Trying to think of how to word this. I want to try to cast Sending to Varys as I re-land back on the shore and kind of turn back into myself.
Okay. What do you want to say?
I've been thinking about that.
Just sneak up behind him and go, boo!
Gotcha. No, I'm gonna say... Eventually, your usefulness will run out for Lost Shirag. You'll be discarded. And you should know, when that happens, she'll still accept your aid.
The reply you receive reeks of conceited superiority. Varys says, someday, the natural order will be restored, and I will rejoin my master in the new world he creates. When that happens, she'll wish she had sided with us.
I'm not gonna waste another slot. But yeah, I think I'm good for skipping time ahead here.
Okay.
MCs.
So, concluding business on the 20th. Aloran. Late that night, you are woken by a sending spell
Lovely.
as a grizzled old voice sounds in your mind.
You up?
Have you seen my holy water?
What are you doing?
I heard you paid our mutual friend a visit today.
Is that it?
That's it.
What a waste. So many words you could have said.
I'll just say I did.
Mutually inefficient sending spells.
Yep.
You forget, warlocks can be as inefficient as they like.
They can be what?
They can be as inefficient as they like. They get to cast it again in an hour.
I'll get back to you.
Yeah. There is a follow-up sending where he says,
Please hold while we connect you to a representative.
just so we're on the same page. I hope you know well enough to stay clear of what's coming.
I think they're reading different books.
I think so. I think Lauren's gonna give him a real kind of like sassy fucking response, and she was like, "I'll see you there."
I don't think Lauren has any other type of response besides sassy.
Yeah,
I'll be real.
I look forward to meeting you. I'll see you there soon, and she'll just do the little mwah.
Okay. No further sendings.
Okay.
You wake on the 21st, rested, rejuvenated. Any business to conduct on the 21st?
We don't have to RP it, but we would update Gideon on everything that we went through.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Okay.
I think a Lauren would kind of be scarce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Just for the fun of how weird it is, Noelle would try to cast something to Burberry.
What do you want to say?
I don't know how this is gonna work. I'll just say, hey, we made it back safe. I don't know when or how you're gonna get this, but hopefully we see you guys in a few days. The arraignment seems like it's gonna be a big deal.
Okay. So Burberry, you hear all of that in your mind about halfway through your walk at like triple, nearly quadruple speed. Yep.
I will
like just kind of like because he was probably idly
actually,
talking about.
before we confirm that.
Oh.
Okay, no, it goes through. You're good.
Okay.
Oh, it's just normal.
No, it goes through. It's
There's
still
a
triple
5% chance it can fail.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Technically.
feel like Burberry just like was idly talking about like the scenery or something, and then just suddenly stopped talking. It was just like, what?
Things don't smell that bad here.
Hold on. Well, and that's out loud, not in the message.
Sure.
I think that was Noelle. Maybe she got turned into a chipmunk.
That's fine.
Very.
Okay, this is in response.
We should probably try that sentence again in person. Hopefully, I'll see you there.
And Noelle, you hear that message stretched out over like a couple of minutes, just very slow and dragging out.
Hi, baby. Oh, can we
Okay.
not?
We learned something fun today.
Oh, the baby.
I don't know what I expected. Yeah. Honestly, I'm okay with time skipping too. when the rest of the
I
party
think the only
goes.
thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my 5th level squat every day to try to scry on Loshrock.
Fair.
Okay.
And I'll either bother Alexi or Gideon to use their thingy.
What's your save DC again?
16.
16.
Yeah. Unless it's wrong and you want to update it so it's higher, please let me know.
Let me double check.
Because I think it's been 16 forever. I don't think it's ever changed.
Did you change your proficiency bonus number? Should be +3.
Wait, proficiency should be +4, shouldn't it?
Oh, that's right. It should be +4 now.
Oh.
So your spell save should be 17. So
Oh shit! I succeeded. Let's go.
on the 21st, what time of day were you scrying? First off,
Say, kind of like the early evening, maybe.
Probably.
I don't know.
He's probably
Yeah.
doing stuff then.
Yeah,
early evening.
yeah, because I feel like that might be when like it's more of maybe winding down and he's getting information. That's my thought process, or giving orders.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay.
I did that or early in the morning. Well, not super early morning, but in the morning.
I think evening is probably our
Yeah.
best bet for getting info.
I'll do evening.
So in the evening, you cast scrying and you see the vibrations spread across the font, and you see the lights, the reflections of torchlight swirling and beginning to take shape into a silhouette of a tall, hunching old man. And the silhouette's brilliance begins to fade into color and form, and you can see La Shirag standing in a stone chamber. There is a bronze sconce lit on either side of him. In front of him, there is a circle inscribed with runes and arcane geometry. The lines are shining. His hands are outstretched, and his mouth constantly incanting, eyes rolling back into his head. And you watch as inside the circle, droplets of water are beginning to coalesce, sort of flowing from out of frame, merging into this large, dripping shape. This sort of coiled, twisted, liquid figure. He finishes his incantation, and he looks at this conjured being, and he beckons. Go. Await my orders. And you see this watery figure collapse down to the ground into a puddle and just begin to slide off of the stone and into a channel of water that is flowing into a tunnel off to the side, lined with brick. And you see him begin incanting again.
Oh, this man's conjuring water elementals out the ass.
Interesting.
You see him do this for about 4 minutes, summoning 4 more elementals. 4 elementals in total, excuse me, before he kind of sets down between the braziers, kind of collapses and starts to catch its breath. And you just watch this man sit quietly, breathing heavily, until the scrying ends. And back in his set there,
Is Gideon there with me?
Yes, he is watching you every time you use his font.
Okay, I kind of figured. Can he see what I see?
Nope.
All right, I was gonna turn to Gideon and be like, he is summoning water elementals. He did 4 right then.
Oh, good.
My favorite.
Lovely.
So, yay.
Well, any idea where?
It looked like it was underground stone bricks, and he was putting them into a channel of water underground. So that almost makes it sound like I think he's already in the city.
That's concerning.
That's how I would read that personally.
Gideon very quickly leaves the room, and you just hear him just like down the hall, down the stairs, vanishing.
Would Alexi still be at the Green Keep?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the Green Keep,
Okay.
and I'll fly there as a golden eagle. Get there very quickly.
Sure.
And then I'll tell Alexi what I saw.
Alexi will echo Gideon's sentiments. That's not good.
And then I will do the same thing, and I'll fly into a golden bird, and I'll go to the Eastern Alliance. And I will go tell them.
That's not good.
Okay. Any indication where?
All I could see was that he was underground, and there was a channel of water next to him, and that's where he was putting them to. So I would assume he's in the city somewhere.
We will have to get somebody looking the sewers then. I guess we'll just send some patrols out, I suppose. God damn it.
You don't sound so good. Are you okay?
We've been sick with the flu for like 2 weeks, and I'm just now like getting.
This sounds like what I had back like a week ago.
Yeah, I the cough is way worse than it was last week, though.
Is it only a cough that you got?
At this point, yeah, a little bit of congestion and just the cough.
I had something similar.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, between Gideon, Alexi, and now Commodore, God, what's her name?
Don't I?
The woman you spoke with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys definitely see an increased mobilization of not just wardens, but also Eastern Alliance folks in Freeport, kind of moving around the next day, following up on this.
After, how does locate creature work?
Locate creature.
1,000-foot radius, I think.
Describe or name a creature familiar to you. You sense the direction of the creature's location as long as it's within 1,000 feet. Yeah, it's like locate object.
Okay. And I cast locate creature, looking for La Shirag, and I'll have to wait an hour. Get a short rest in, but then cast locate creature and fly around the city.
As an eagle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
After casting locate creature on La Shirag.
I'll say give me an investigation check.
Oh, I'm gonna have to use my inspo on that one. That was a nat one. Three.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, I don't find him. Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah.
fucking blind.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
So that's 1 hour.
I'll land, cast locate creature again, and fly again.
Roll again.
Three.
Oh God.
Ooh.
God damn it.
Once we have Burberry, you can give you enhanced abilities.
Please, for the love of God.
Yeah, you are struggling a little bit. It's difficult because I think between being up in the air and suspecting this man is underground, it's possible that you've got a very small cross section of the city that you're really like detecting on as you fly. It's like directly underneath you.
I'll probably do another short rest, and I'll do it for 2 more hours. How many 4th level spells do I have? I can do it one more time, I think, today.
Probably 3.
Before I'm tapped. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and rest an hour, and I'll try one more time.
Okay. Give me another investigation check.
Shitty. I rolled a nat 1, 2, 2, nat 1.
This is not the day to find Lasharog, I think.
What the fuck?
It wasn't meant to be.
The dice
Nope.
have spoken.
The dice have spoken.
Alright, well, that's it.
So, with that, Alorn spends the bulk of the 21st scouring the city as a giant eagle looking for Lasharog. Unfortunately, coming up empty-handed.
I'm gonna do the exact same thing the 22nd. I'm gonna scry on him again, and then we're gonna go through this thing again. Sorry, guys. I want to try to find this motherfucker.
We can't. I mean, I respect the initiative, but even if we do find him, we can't really. I mean, we as a collective party are not all present.
I know, but if we can find out where he's staying or something, we can jump on him and we can make a plan.
Potentially.
Because that doesn't mean I'm gonna go and be like, "Hey, Lasharog, it's me,
Yeah.
Lord. Nice to finally meet you." I'm more of just trying to figure out in what side of the city he's in.
Yeah, where he's hiding. There's information to be gained. Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, that's all I'm trying to do. That's why I'm like, because I know that they come back the 23rd, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so unless you have something to do the 22nd, I can just do the rolls real quick, and we can move on with it.
I got nothing.
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna scry again. Let's do late morning this time. No. Okay.
That's a success.
Well,
Silver
I'm just
box.
gonna.
You don't see him.
I'm just gonna do my 3 investigation rolls.
Right.
Ooh, 16,
Okay.
19,
Oh, it's better.
Okay.
and a 4.
Okay.
Damn it, Tenzin. Tenzin, can we not?
Nope. Did he just break those?
No. We'll be able to put them back together, but he's being
Okay.
a
He's
rotten
such a
boy.
dickhead. It's like, oh, is this delicate?
Not anymore, it's not.
It was. So on the 19, you On the 19, you are flying, right?
Okay.
You're flying over the city low enough so that you are detecting somewhere, below you. And this is towards the end of your hour of search. You do feel a tug for a split second as you are passing over a pretty crowded, dense city block in what neighborhood would it be? I guess it would be like the Iron Wharf neighborhood on the west side of the city, on the sort of towards the coast along the bay.
Okay.
You're flying over and you suddenly feel this pull, and you circling back. You're trying to find it again, but for the life of you, you can't pick it up.
Okay. That is fine. Then we can go to. I'll probably relay that information to all 3 people again, and then I'll end the day.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll say come morning on the 23rd. First off, early morning on the 23rd, 2 in the morning,
Okay.
Burberry and Barnaby will emerge from the Feywild into the pine copse west of the city. It is late at night. It is brisk, but definitely warmer than the cold swamp you left behind. And you are back on the Emerald Coast.
Goodbye, home.
So, anything you two want to do after 8 hours of walking through the Feywild?
I want to eat.
Fair enough.
It's like a 2 a.m. snack.
Okay.
There is no better snack than a 2 a.m. snack, because a 2 a.m. snack don't stop.
Fair enough. So, get some food in your systems.
Yeah.
And then what?
I didn't think I'd get this far.
Probably should check to see how everybody else is doing. I think take a solid nap on something that's softer than the floor.
Okay. So, you guys are about 25 miles from the town of Woodhall, or Oak Hall, excuse me.
Wait, is this the one that's closer to Freeport? Because we do have that close forest we have had access to in the past. Okay.
Yeah, it's across the bay and then 25 miles
Gotcha.
inland. So that's where they're emerging from.
Okay.
So what's the plan?
So funny how you assume we have plans.
Are you going to sleep or are you going to show up today? I think is what it basically comes down to.
I think I'm gonna find everybody else before I take a nap, just to see.
Do you think you could say that what you were saying again? It was very fast and hard to keep track of.
Sending.
Yes.
Okay. So
you get a very groggy 2 a.m. Noel.
Oh, if it's 2 a.m., I'm sorry. I'm not gonna
It is 2 a.m.
I'm not gonna wake anybody up. I'll go to bed. Good night.
All right.
I've got Fey lag.
Fair enough. So waking up at 10 a.m., finishing a long rest, the two of you will be able to go about your days normally. For Lauren, Noel, and John, Lauren, you would receive a sending from Alexi.
Okay.
That would wake you up this morning. Some good news. East Alliance found the summoning chamber.
Oh.
Cistern under the Iron Wharf. No sign of Lost Shrog, though. I think all the activity may have scared him.
Good. Oh, sorry. Wait, no, that's not my response.
You're just like, oh, good.
I only have 7 of these, Lauren.
Well, that's good news. I can try locating him again tomorrow. And scrying on him again.
Okay. Excuse me. So, 10 a.m., Barnaby Burberry up and Adam. Moving at a fast pace, you guys would be able to get to the port and take a ferry by like 6 or 7 p.m. Be back in town and reunite with the party that evening.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's like 6 p.m., but hi, guys.
Good morning.
It's a good morning somewhere.
I'm committing to the bitch.
Well, I'm glad you guys made it. Did the Darklings find a place to depart?
Oh yeah, no, they just fully yeeted after like halfway down.
Okay. Won't lie, it's been a little intense here. We suspect Lasharog might be in town already.
I confirmed that, so you wouldn't know.
Yeah, he is in town already. We don't know where.
Iron Wharf.
Except we knew he was down in the Iron Wharf at one point. We don't know where he is now. But tried to also get some information out of Varys. Couldn't find anything, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a shame.
But we do have pretty good reason to suspect that things are gonna pop off at the arraignment.
Oh dear.
Oh, tell him about the water elementals.
Oh, hey, Lauren.
Lost Frog's been summoning water elementals.
Watermelons.
I would rather he summon watermelons. Did he do that instead?
Watermelons. We don't know why.
It's just watermelon, Stevens.
That's some scary watermelons right there.
Do we know where the watermelon elemental
the watermelementals?
Watermelon elementals? Oh my god.
You know what? I'm sticking with it. I like it.
Do they spit seeds at you?
It's probably ranged attack.
That's a choking hazard.
I haven't.
Watermelementals. Have they acted up yet?
No, they're not going to act up until Bloodbeard's thing. And I have a feeling some are probably going to the prison.
What we need to do is get some fire elementals to turn them all into mist.
I'm one level away from being a fire elemental.
We could get some ice elementals to turn them into watermelon slushies.
That sounds delicious.
That sounds good.
Do we know any ice elementals?
No.
They're more of a creature than a thing you talk to, I believe.
Well, we'll shelve that plan for now.
I haven't scryed on him yet today, so I could try to do that again.
Yeah, let's try that.
Alright, are we going to go hunt down Alexi or Gideon?
Let's go bug Gideon one more time. I assume they would have showed up at the Presidium, so let's just go where is
Yeah.
convenient.
All right. Hi, Gideon. I'm here to use your scrying thingy again. Thanks.
You know I could. Okay.
The spell does not find purchase.
Okay. Well, I'll go fly around and see if I can find him.
Okay.
All right.
Where are you looking?
I'll check in the Iron Wharf area first, flying pretty low.
Okay.
Theoretically, you could also horse. Because those are pretty fast.
That's true. I just feel like the hustle and bustle in the city
Yeah,
is going to get in the
It
way,
depends
so I'm
how
not going to
busy
be able
it
to
is.
cover ground. Yeah.
that's fair.
My first investigation roll was a 7.
Not great.
Second one's an 18.
Okay.
And my third one's a 15.
I'll say with the 18, you are pretty confident he's not in the Iron Wharf anymore by the end of that second hour. Like, you are scouring that neighborhood, and it's just not picking him up.
Okay.
He definitely seems to have moved.
If we maybe sit down with the Eastern Alliance briefly and see if they, like, was this just he picked a room in the sewers, or was it like he had some kind of underground cavern that he was working out of?
Yeah, you'd be able to find out. They found it was an old cistern, a water storage chamber underground that he had just kind of taken up and drawn his summoning circle in. So they found ashes and the remains of a circle, but the braziers themselves and La Shrog were gone.
Okay. How many days till the arraignment?
3.
3.
Huh. I'm trying to think, because like these watermelon elementals are definitely like they're just like hanging out in the sewers now, right? Like they're just waiting to strike.
Yeah. And I'm sure we're not going to be able to find them because they're hiding in water until he gives the signal.
Outside of that, I'm not sure then. It feels as though we may be on the back foot with this. I'm not sure we can get ahead of it.
Where precisely are these? Where is this thing taking place?
The arraignment?
Yes.
So that is taking place at a building called the Freeport Alliance Courthouse. It is right off the waterfront on the southern part of the city. It's like 5 blocks from downtown, and it's fairly close to the dock, the East Alliance dock that controls the ferry between the city and the penitentiary on the island.
Would it be possible to have it moved?
To
Literally anywhere else?
Somewhere without.
Yeah, because I would honestly put him in a bad position because he's going to think it's there and it's not.
Somewhere without like sewer access.
That was part of my logic, yes. But basically, last minute change. Because I feel like that would pretty royally mess up his plans. If
It's
it
honestly
just
a good plan.
didn't happen where he thought it was going to happen.
I mean, we already said we would talk to the Eastern Alliance today. We could pitch that to him while we're there.
Sure. I'd say go ahead and make a persuasion roll, Burberry.
Okay. Hold on a sec. Let me check to see if I have it spelled. Because I am not the... Oh, I don't have it. Oh, no. Okay. Well, I don't think they're going to go for it.
You can have mine if you want it.
Okay. Yeah, that's a... I don't have... Like, can Noelle pitch this? Because I don't have any bonuses in persuasion. Like, I was just like driving with the group. I didn't know I was suddenly doing this.
Suddenly teleported into the meeting room.
This was your idea, Burberry.
Yes, but I'm not a talky person. That's not what my specs are. If you want to talk about weird religions, I'm happy to do that, but convincing people to do stuff, no.
I mean, I would ask, at the very least, just ask, like, what reasons would we have to not do this, given that we know how many moves Lost Rock's already making? We have very little information to actually go on here, and the more we can pull the rug out from under him, the better, I think.
I'll say go ahead and make another persuasion check than Noelle.
My God.
Will be a higher DC.
Do your god roll, please.
Yeah, no, do better than a 3, as long as you can do that.
Nah, I don't think it's gonna work, guys. I got my minimum.
Minimum.
Which
Is it more than 3?
Well, yeah, my minimum's crazy, but it's probably a high DC. It's 21.
21. So in this meeting, again, talking to Commodore Dahlia, that was her name. She sighs and she kind of like, pinches the bridge of her nose and says, "Look, I appreciate the initiative, but changing the venue on short notice like that requires a complete overhaul of all of our currently existing security protocols and plans for the existing venue, and moving on that short of a notice is a bigger risk to our operational efficiency than it is beneficial to disrupting his plan, whatever it is. I think the forewarning of the water elementals is a substantial boon and serious show that he is making substantial moves against us. I think we need to make a more massive mobilization for security to make sure this goes off without a hitch. But I appreciate the work you're putting in to make sure this works and this happens. Truly, I do.
It just seems like we're playing right into his hands.
I think if he's planning to pick a fight, we need to be ready to meet him. But throwing our own forces into chaos and disarray at the first sign that something might be wrong, someone might be playing against us, I think that is the wrong move for the East Alliance. We can't back down. Not like that. Not on such short notice.
I mean, it's not really backing down, but I get your point.
I understand where you're coming from. We'll try and keep an eye on where he ends up, if we can scry on him again, maybe, but we haven't had much luck since our first opportunity. Okay.
Lauren is probably frustrated and leaves.
That's fair.
I get it.
And she is going to go to a bar and drink.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't got anything clever. I mean, on an unrelated note, did Alexi ever get me those teleportation sigils?
Truth be told, with all of the news of Lashrog showing up in your scrying with these water elementals, I think he has been busier than he anticipated being the past few days.
Okay.
So not yet, but he is working on it, or he is planning to work on it sooner than later.
He's making a plan to consider it.
It will happen eventually. So, anything further on the 24th? That is today.
And Lauren is drinking her night away.
Okay.
And day.
No, she has
Hello,
stuff to do.
Bum Bum. Can I help you?
But the 24th, she's going to do the same thing that she has been doing.
Should we try enhancing abilities today now that we've had Burberry, or we can give Burberry forewarning to prep that?
Yeah,
If you want, Kat. It's up to you.
Of course.
that would be helpful.
Happy to help. I will. Abilities all your enhanced. No, wait.
The intelligence. Whatever that one's called.
I think it's cunning of the fox or something.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I
So,
will start with scrying.
advantage- Oh, scry first.
Oh,
Yep.
well,
Just to see if I can figure out where he's at.
It's a success today.
silvery barbs.
You can't see him.
What if I close my eyes and picture him?
That's not how it works.
Okay.
I will, I'll do the entire city. Just fly over it all again.
No,
And if I get a ping, I'm going to stop.
Okay. With advantage, remember.
Okay. Alright, first one's a 15. Nothing?
15?
Yeah.
Nothing.
11. 13.
You're looking, but after 3 hours of searching, still no sign of Lashrog.
Well, Lauren is again frustrated and will drink the rest of her day away.
Stress! Drink!
Yup.
No sleep! More stress!
Yes.
Drink! That old, was it Thailand's fucking anti-drinking campaign? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yes,
I was
seen
like,
that.
what
That's
is
a
he
good one.
referencing? Okay. I got nothing I can contribute to this search. I can't even do Bardic Inspiration because it only lasts a minute.
The 24th, right?
That was the 24th, yep.
Alright, I'll try again on the 25th. I'll start with a scry.
Alright, so scrying.
I'll do it in the evening.
Why don't you Bardic Inspiration or Scrying? Or wait, no, that's just
That only.
Yeah.
Yep, never mind. I thought about it right after I said it. I was like, oh, never mind.
Your spell save is a 17 now?
Yeah.
I wish.
Okay, what time of day were you doing this?
Evening.
Evening? On the 25th, you're doing it in the evening?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You see the shapes in the font coalescing into a silhouette of a man. He is hunched, sitting in a dark space. Looks like a cave. You can hear the sound of waves beating against rock. And you can see La Shirag, red face lined with age, gnarled white beard flowing down over dark clothes, sitting cross-legged, hands on his knees, eyes closed. You can see under his eyelids, his eyes rapidly darting back and forth, as if dreaming.
Fuck. I'll go fly to the Eastern Alliance and see and tell them to go wake up Varys and Bloodbeard if they're sleeping.
Okay. So,
Like, he is dreaming, and that is an 8-hour spell. So if either of them are asleep, you need to wake their asses up.
okay. These lines will pass that message along.
I would also like to know if they were asleep. I'm curious.
I would ask also, assuming Lauren shares all this, did the cave, like, it was just, he was in like a dark cave chamber. There was no light source externally, no light, natural light coming in anywhere.
Not that you could see. Not nearby.
Did it seem familiar to the caves that were on Degramore at all?
Like the sort of the mountainside.
The Bloodbeard
retreat.
Yeah.
No, this looks like a natural, like, it was like wet. There was like tide water in it. Like, it looked like a natural, like, seaside cave.
All right. I have a second stop.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the Green Wardens and ask for a map of sea caves.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any in the area.
Yep. Any close by?
Maps of sea caves.
Well, they're the Green Wardens. They're going to have this entire area mapped up, so I would assume they would know where.
I mean, at the very least, is that even a structure that is in this general area?
Yeah.
Are there sea caves nearby?
I mean, there's some here and there along the coast. I mean, they're not uncommon in the area.
We could fly down the coast.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
Do you have locate creature spell, Noel?
I don't.
Damn. Okay.
I think
You
Burberry can
don't?
locate objects.
I think I might be able to locate creature at this point.
If you can locate creature, we could split up. I take, like, Barnaby or John with me.
Oh, we could fly
You
north
take-
and south?
Yeah, and we try to figure out where it's at, and then we have a sending stone, or sending,
Yeah, I have locate creature.
so then we can divide and conquer and see if we can find it, and then meet up if we do.
Yeah. Give it a shot.
All right.
Did you happen to see anything that he was wearing?
Yes. I'm sure I saw everything he's wearing.
Yeah, I mean, he was wearing pretty plain looking, like a dark coat, heavy boots.
Anything defining? Like, is there anything that is locate objectable?
There was nothing super like ornamental or ostentatious about what he was wearing. He was wearing very understated in his dress.
What about
definitely
in the
looked
cave?
like he was trying not to stand out.
In the cave around him?
The cave just looked like a fucking dank, wet seaside cave.
Yeah, I think unfortunately locate creature is going to be our best bet.
He didn't have like a pin that was like, I'm summoning the Leviathan or something. Like a merit
pin
badge.
that says, "Here, locate this, please."
Yeah.
A scroll of FU.
Yeah.
Nothing so obvious. No. So, looking at the map of the Freeport Bay area, if you want to go to references and scroll up a little ways. Oh no, not references. Oh yeah, it is. It's in the.
So before we do that,
the Emerald Coast Bayland area. Here.
The Google Drive link, yeah.
Message link.
what day is this thing supposed to happen?
26.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Can I cast divination for that time frame?
Divination?
I could ask a single question regarding
concerning
an event within the next week.
In the next 7 days. Sure, yeah.
Any ideas of any specific knowledge you'd like on this day? Like I could ask specifics like where are the water elementals gonna come from, but like, you know,
what does it give you? What kind of info does it give you?
Your magic and an offering put you in contact with a god or god's servants. You ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. The DM offers a truthful reply. That might be a short phrase, cryptic rhyme, or omen. The spell does not take into account possible circumstances that can change the outcome, such as the casting of additional spells or the loss or gain of a companion.
I can't think of anything super clever here to ask about. Like, we kind of know what he's thinking about doing. Like, we have a general sense that he's going to be ambushing. We don't know how. That would be nice to know, but that seems very broad for divination.
I mean, how is...
Well, it could be...
Shirag going to use the water elementals to ambush us might be a...
You could also ask who he's planning on actually rescuing.
Or if he's just planning to kill them.
Yeah. Like, who is he planning on, like,
Oh, I could ask which person's his priority.
Yeah.
Assuming he only has one. It might be both.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm like, maybe ask, like, who is Lost Shirag, like, planning on taking?
I was thinking just, like, if we can go with something like that, we could just do, like, what is his specific goal? Like, what is he hoping to accomplish tomorrow? Because then we at least know, like, who he's going after.
Is that they're going to respond chaos, and that's fucking it.
I mean, that's telling in its own way.
Yeah. I'll leave it up to your discretion, but I feel like there's a few different ones we could do.
I like what is the goal of tomorrow, or what is Lost Shirag's goal tomorrow.
Okay.
Because that is...
Narrowing that down could be useful.
Yeah.
So yeah, gonna ask that.
Okay. So with the offering of 25 gold pieces worth of sacrificial offerings appropriate to your religion, you set up a divination, and reach out to the divine. Your mind brushes up against the power of the outer planes, and you feel a presence, angelic in shape, and you ask, what is Lost Sharad planning to do tomorrow? And in a moment that reminds you of a very similar experience you had just a few days ago with a certain magic mirror, you receive a flash, an oracular vision of a moment, of an image. Lasharag reaching out to Bloodbeard, pulling him free, and returning to the sea.
Okay.
I knew he didn't give a shit about you, Varys.
Whoa.
God damn.
That's cold.
Well, he'll realize it soon enough. That is good, though. We know exactly who he's after now. That is the priority for him.
Right.
Are we going to try to locate still today?
Yeah.
So, Chani, looking at the map, where are you looking exactly?
Oh God, I barely can see it.
So you can see Freeport's sort of on a peninsula there.
Oh, that's the wrong thing.
There should be
Yeah.
a link in general, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna assume he's not in this, like, inner lake thing. It's not a
So
lake.
that's the Freeport Bay.
Yeah.
Those 3 nodes of water are one continuous bay, and there is a channel between that peninsula and the one across from it that's like the one entrance into it.
I mean, he could be, I guess.
Well, I did travel, like southwards before to like go see like my mother on her in her village and stuff, right?
Your mother is
North.
east of Freeport.
East.
Oh, like on that
So
other...
like north of Helmfirth.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that I'd follow that coastline, but around that area, did I see anything that would be rocky and sea cavey?
So across the channel from Freeport, that peninsula, there are some like low-lying hills that sort of like run down the middle of it. It's possible there are caves in that area for sure.
Okay.
So if you want to go that way and I can go north,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take the burb.
So Noelle and Burberry flying north, running a locate creature.
I'm
and
so
Lauren
excited I
flying
have a V title.
Okay.
The burb.
I am no longer a Burberry. I am now the Burberry.
Okay. So Lauren going east along the sort of outer coast. I'll say go ahead and give me investigation checks, guys.
Would Burberry have enhanced my ability before we had departed?
He can't concentrate on that if he's concentrating on locate
Oh.
creature.
That's true. All right, my first one was a 6.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Burberry, what'd you get?
Working on it. We're just not going to speak of this day.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna try again on locate creature.
Sure.
13.
13. Okay.
We're going to continue not to speak of it today.
I will just use all of my 4th level slots. And it's another fucking 6. Okay, well.
This dice just does not want us to find Lost Rog ahead of time.
Sorry, I rolled a 1 and then a 4.
Yeah, that's alright.
Ain't
Alright.
happening, Bubba.
I bet we'll find him tomorrow.
Yes.
Watch, he doesn't show up. Psych,
Yeah,
bitches.
you know what? I don't need Bloodbeard. I'm outie.
Take backsies.
Well, I mean, me and Burberry have returned then, because that took me 2 polymorphs to get us up an hour and back an hour.
Yeah. Okay. So,
No luck.
Aloran, with 3 locate creatures, could pretty thoroughly scour that area. But unfortunately, 13 being the highest, you do not turn up any pings on your locate out creature spell. So, reconnoitering in Freeport. Anything else on the 25th?
Not for me, no.
I think we're
Okay.
out of stuff today. What time does the arraignment start?
The arraignment is scheduled for 11 a.m.
Okay. Try to get there early.
Okay. So, waking up on the 26th. Everyone's got a full long rest. Everyone's got full health, full spell slots, full abilities. Make sure all your stuff is ticked.
It's never good when the DM reminds you to put all your spell slots back.
Yeah, I'm literally messing with my spells right now.
You guys are making your way into the city of Freeport from the Presidium. Markedly different atmosphere today than you've seen the past few days that you've been back in town. There's a lot of hustle and bustle in the air, a lot of energy sort of pulsing through the city, and excitement. And you find there is a pretty sizable crowd of folks, hundreds of people who have gathered in the streets outside the Alliance, the Freeport Alliance courthouse on the waterfront in the downtown marina, who have gathered to watch the proceedings, to watch the procession from Yamada's penitentiary across the bay over to the city. Cordoning this crowd off, there is a substantial East Alliance presence. You see soldiers posted on almost every street corner for several blocks, approaching this this courthouse. And around the crowd itself, there is a sizable sort of like blockade of bodies almost, as soldiers stand at attention with barricades in place to sort of hem in the crowds, kind of imposing some order on the proceedings, and standing guard. I mean, you see well over 100 soldiers outside the courthouse itself. And kind of looking up and around, you can see there are men in uniform and armor, perched on nearby rooftops, You can see out in the harbor that there are a number of small fire ships, as well as one large actual heavy-duty gunship, like a 3-deck frigate that is currently sails unfurled out in the water, at full steam, full rigging, on patrol today. It definitely looks like Commodore Dahlia stepped up security from what it sounded like the original plan was. The military presence in the streets is unlike anything you've ever seen in this city. It is almost oppressive feeling. But obviously, as you pushed for it, this is all for a very good cause. And getting here early, you guys have time to sort of set up, do whatever it is that you want to do as the hour approaches. So what is the game plan here?
Is Alexi around anywhere?
I'll say give me a perception check.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Looking around, you do see that sort of here and there in the crowd, there are actually a number of individuals wearing the Warden's colors, the telltale sort of seafoam sash that Aloran had incorporated into her outfit. They have variously worn as sort of sashes over their shoulders or as belts or as skirts. There are wardens sort of posted in the crowds, just sort of at attention watching. There are wardens sort of posted up in alleyways nearby, not too dissimilar to the East Alliance soldiers, that are keeping watch at the street corners. And you would note there's a couple of conservators standing in view, amidst the crowd. You can see actually Conservator Kaus, the tiefling who Aloran is such good friends with, is actually pretty visibly standing off to the side with a small contingent of East Alliance soldiers and wardens of his own, sort of out in the open. And you, kind of looking around, catch sight on a nearby rooftop, sort of standing under a water tower, the familiar sort of glimmering kind of pale blue hair of Alexi, just sort of standing watch at attention. And after watching him for a moment, you see his kind of gaze eventually kind of falls over you, and he kind of gives you a small wave.
If I walk kind of close to that building, could I get within messaging distance of him?
Yeah, it's 5 stories, so it's not super tall.
Okay. I'll just kind of cast message and I'll say, Gumbo.
Gumbo indeed. Good to see you out and about.
Yes, I was going to chat with you briefly. You're a little high up there. How did you get up there?
There's a fire escape in the back if you want.
Okay.
So
Is this like
practical.
an outdoor affair?
No, the courthouse is it's a courthouse, but everyone's assembled outside.
Presumably he'll have to be transported into the courthouse outdoors, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what it looks like.
There will be
everyone's sort of assembled in sort of almost like a parade procession around that penitentiary dock, where they sort of sail back and forth from the island, and then there is a path along the waterfront that leads to the courthouse for 2 blocks.
Okay.
So it's not very far.
I'll go up the fire escape to chat with Alexi briefly.
Okay.
be very out of breath by the time I get to him. Hi.
Morning.
Let's work out to start your day. So, wanted to give you a little update. Couldn't find him in any of the sea caves, unfortunately.
Well, he's holed up well, that's for sure.
However, our cleric Burberry did some divining to try and suss out a little bit more about his specific intentions. And we found that he is very, very much focused on Bloodbeard specifically.
Well, that would track. This is his arraignment.
Right. Well, he just wants to get Bloodbeard out of here. And
Okay.
I don't know what all magic Lashrog has at his disposal. But I remember way back you gave us that very helpful counterspell scroll.
Mm.
I was curious, do you have that magic, or were you given that scroll?
Oh, I'm quite capable.
Okay. Well, what I was going to perhaps... I don't know what your plans are today. You don't have to tell me, but if you can stay close to Bloodbeard, as close as possible. We've run into a lot of situations where enemies have either gone invisible or tried to teleport away. It seems like a thing that keeps happening to us. And it would be very lovely to stop that in its tracks, if possible.
I catch your meaning. Well, no one is allowed close to the penitentiary until this whole hullabaloo's calmed down, but
Of course. I'm more thinking once things get rolling.
yeah, once he's underway, I'm fully planning to be out in the air, keeping an eye on that ship. Those two, and he'll actually point out over to the water towards a couple of the smaller sailing ships, the single deck. So those two, I believe, are supposed to be the escorts. The big one over there, and he points over to the frigate, is there to blockade the mouth of the harbor in case anything starts coming our way. Although, and he kind of looks back sort of eastward towards the sort of inlet leading out to the ocean. It's clear as day right now, and I don't see anything on the horizon. So unless he's got an entire ship completely cloaked or something, I don't know that that's the plan.
Given he's capable of summoning creatures, I don't know what might show up on that coastline.
Yes, I'm a little bit worried about this crowd on the dock, honestly, but...
There's only so much you can do about that.
Yeah, Freeport's gonna Freeport. What's your plan?
Well, I think our focus today may have to be on Lasher Rog's very specific goal. I am certain, or at least I'm confident that he is going to make a very big distraction in whatever way he can. And that may mean that civilians are put in harm's way, which is unfortunate. But if we can stop a much greater threat by keeping Bloodbeard away from him, then that seems like that should be the focus.
I don't disagree.
Like I said, I've been focusing on learning a bit of teleportation magic. I've had a few moments where I can actually stave off a creature running away by using Dimension Door. I don't know if you've learned that one.
I'm familiar.
So I'm going to try and keep as close as I can, and if La Shirag should make a break for it, then I will try to cut him off.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. Well, just wanted to update you.
Keep a sharp eye out.
You too. Best of luck today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 5 flights of stairs again.
Hey, at least it's going down.
Yes.
So, what is the party's plan?
I think, going off what I just said, Noel's going to try and stick by John today, given his propensity for keeping people in place when need be.
Mm-hmm.
Our dimension door chicanery has been useful in the past.
Sure. Okay.
That's my
solid chicanery.
I think Aloran will ask the party at one point if she should cast Locate Creature one more time, like really close, like once she starts see Ranzal, to see if she can find him in the crowd.
That could be useful. It seems like there's definitely a point where
He's gonna be here.
he's going to make a
Like-
move, and it lasts for an hour, so that might be
Yeah,
the spot
that's kinda-
to do it.
It's kind of what I'm thinking. Is probably like, because I think at 11 it's supposed to start, so he should be in the court building by then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't know if he's gonna make the move before or in the court building. I feel like it makes more sense for him to do it before. It's in a confined place.
I will also pitch a small thing to the party. This feels like a lot of work for La Shirag to do to get Bloodbeard out. We don't know exactly why Bloodbeard is important to him, but is there a world where if things are going poorly, we have to try and kill Bloodbeard or something?
I definitely don't think we should rule that out.
I would also,
honestly-
I think that world is actually currently already here. I don't think there's any love lost there.
No. I think if worse comes to worse, we should kill him.
I agree. Incidentally, if the goal is to get Bloodbeard out of here, your banishment spell, Burberry, could put a big delay on his plans.
Assuming it sticks.
I don't know how good Bloodbeard's going to be at saving against that.
Yeah, I think Bloodbeard's a strength sort of guy, not so much other things.
I mean, that was a pretty heavy combat that we had whenever we had to deal with him.
I'm just saying, something to keep in mind.
Like,
no, I'm not against giving it a go.
Right.
I'm just saying that we shouldn't have that be,
It's just
the
another
main
contingency.
defense. Yeah. You could say I've been seeing how I've been rolling lately.
Well, thankfully you don't roll for that one.
Oh, I know.
I've seen my luck lately, and I don't trust it.
Fair. Yeah, I think we're all on the same page. Our goal is to stop La Shirag's very specific intentions here. Whatever way possible.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna climb onto a rooftop, and once we get a little bit closer to 11, I will cast Locate Creature. As soon as I can get eyes on Bloodbeard.
Okay.
I'll probably cast it then.
Okay. What about Barnaby, Burberry, and John? And Noel, I guess. Lauren's on roof.
If John's on board, like I said, I want to stick by him, and I think we're probably just going to stay as close to the action as possible.
So
Yeah.
Street
I
level.
mean, I can fly for 4 hours as well, so I can just kind of be on recon wherever I need to be.
True.
Okay.
It could be helpful if you're close to a Lauren, so if I do locate him, we can get there fast. And people will see us moving. Potentially.
Okay.
If you're okay with that.
Yeah, sounds fine to me.
Is this the day of, or is this the day before?
This is day
Day
of.
of.
Yeah, no, this
It
is
is.
happening.
It is happening at the end of the hour.
Basically, any last words?
Yeah. Like, where's the party
So
setting
it
up
sounds
before
like
this all starts?
Team Burberry, John, Noel, and Team Aloran, Barnaby.
All right. So Barnaby and Lauren on Overwatch, and Burberry, Noel, and John down at street level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you guys sort of make your plan and pick your posts, Lauren, Barnaby kind of climbing up to a nearby roof, and you can kind of look over across an alleyway. You can see Alexei, where he is posted up under a water tower on a nearby roof. Looking the other direction, you can see East Alliance gunmen, weapons in hands, kind of just looking down over the crowd. A robed mage standing with them, kind of keeping an eye on the waters out over the bay. The army's out in force. You guys are in place, and in the distance, across the bay, on Yamadazath Isle, you can see a sail going up as a small barge begins to cross. There's a bell that chimes, it's ding, 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 in the distance. You hear bells from the two fire ships ringing in response, and they begin to sort of move into position on either side of that distant barge. The arraignment is underway, and we're gonna pick up right there next time. Kick this whole thing off.
I hate it. No.
It's a good session, everybody.
Yes.
Very sorry about the dice. They were not fucking nice to
I mean,
you
that
guys.
has nothing to do with you as a DM. That was just those dice want anything to
I'm
do
just
with
offering
that
my
plan.
sympathies. I feel for you, because that sucks. I get it.
Yeah, that was kind of gnarly.
At least,
is what it is.
we got all our bad rolls out before the combat, right, guys?
That is a very
In
I
way
fucking
to
hope
put it.
so.
in theory.
So, RP points for everyone. MVP vote. Who has a nominee?
I'll toss it to Lauren.
Lauren.
Same.
Yeah, I'd say Lauren, she was trying everything she could.
Yep.
I was
She
desperate,
was
y'all.
proactive this session, which I appreciated.
All right, Lauren. So Lauren gets her 2. Everyone gets their 1.
All right.
Call that a good sesh.